Welcome to the Narcissism Freedom channel, your space for clarity, restoration, and emotional empowerment. In this moment of quiet reflection, let's gently uncover one of the most deceptive stages of narcissistic abuse, love bombing. If you've ever been swept off your feet by someone who seemed like the answer to everything your heart ever longed for, only to later feel abandoned, confused, or betrayed, this message is for you. You're not alone in what you experienced. The trap of love bombing often begins like a dream, wrapped in affection, attention, and the illusion of destiny. But underneath that rapid affection lies a calculated hook, a spiritual and emotional ambush dressed up as intimacy. Love bombing is not just intense attraction. It's a strategy, a disguise that narcissists wear to lower your guard. They shower you with compliments, texts, gifts, and promises. They study you, echo your desires, and seem to match your soul. In the beginning, it feels magical. They may call you their soulmate, say they've never felt this way before, or move quickly into serious talk of forever. It's fast, intense, and deeply consuming. And in that rush, many people confuse this overwhelming attention with real connection. But it's not love, it's manipulation wrapped in fantasy. Spiritually, love bombing distorts your sense of discernment. It lures your inner child with validation and mimics divine timing. It mirrors what your heart may have longed for through years of unmet needs, abandonment wounds, or rejection patterns. This is why love bombing feels so powerful. It doesn't just touch your mind, it hijacks your soul space. That's why breaking free feels like spiritual warfare. Narcissists operate in egoic energy, always seeking supply, attention, and control. They are not connecting from a place of authenticity, but from survival mode, using you as a mirror to feel powerful and seen. And once the chase is over, the warmth begins to fade. The same person who praised you begins to criticize you, stonewall you, or disappear emotionally. The dream begins to dissolve. As the mask slips, you may begin questioning yourself. What changed? What did I do wrong? Why does it feel like they're slipping away just as you finally let yourself believe in the connection? The truth is, nothing changed except their need for the performance. Once they sensed that you were emotionally invested, the narcissist no longer had to try. The affection, the attention, the declarations, it was all a setup to win your trust so they could begin the real agenda. Control. You were never seen for who you were. You were used as a stage for their performance. And that realization is heartbreaking. Love bombing creates cognitive dissonance, the emotional confusion of being idealized and then devalued. You feel addicted to the highs and terrified of the lows. You try to go back to the beginning, to the version of them that felt safe. But that version was never real. That was a mask. The real person is revealed when they no longer need to impress you. This is where many survivors begin to spiritually awaken. They realize that love without consistency is not love. That affection without respect is manipulation. And that no matter how good it felt in the beginning, a connection rooted in deception will always unravel. From a spiritual lens, this is a soul initiation. The narcissist arrives not to love you, but to awaken you. They force you to confront the wounds that made you susceptible to fantasy. They highlight the parts of yourself that still craved rescue, validation, or intensity over stability. And though their presence is painful, it becomes a divine invitation to return to yourself, to your own truth, to your own healing. Love bombing tests your ability to listen to your intuition even when your emotions are swept away. That small whisper within, the one that noticed the red flags, the inconsistencies, the overwhelming pace, was your soul trying to protect you. But love bombing silences that inner knowing with flattery and future faking. You may feel ashamed for falling for it, but let go of that shame. You were not foolish. You were open-hearted. You were hopeful. And those are not weaknesses. They're strengths that the wrong person misused. Healing from love bombing requires time and truth. It means grieving not just the person, but the illusion. It means sitting with the reality that what felt like love was a strategy. It means rebuilding your sense of reality, piece by piece, from the inside out. And most of all, it means reclaiming your worth without needing someone else to validate it. As you rise from this experience, you begin to see that real love is not loud. It is not rushing or explosive. It is consistent. It is clear. It is safe. And it is rooted in mutual respect. You begin to redefine what connection means for you, not through trauma bonds or love-bombing highs, but through grounded, authentic exchange. You learn to spot the difference between presence and performance, between attention and intention. You begin to realize that the love you were searching for from them was always meant to be found within you, and that your spirit is too sacred to be mirrored by someone who cannot see themselves. Love bombing may have felt like a dream, but it was a dream designed to distract you from your own awakening. Now that you've seen the truth, you cannot unsee it. You are wiser now, stronger, clearer, and what once confused you now makes perfect sense. Every promise that was broken, every sweet word that later turned cold, every whirlwind moment that left you spinning was part of a cycle. And you are now stepping out of that cycle and into your power. If you're on this journey, know that healing is possible. There is life after narcissistic abuse. There is peace after confusion. And there is love after deception. But it begins with you. Trust yourself again. Trust your spirit. Reconnect with the quiet inner knowing that never left you, even when you silenced it. That part of you is your guide, and it will lead you back to wholeness, one truthful step at a time. Thank you for sharing this moment of healing and awareness. If this message resonated with you and you feel led to support the continued growth of the Narcissism Freedom channel, the details to donate are included below in the description. Your support helps this message reach more survivors who are searching for clarity, truth, and the strength to rise again. Until next time, remember, your worth was never up for negotiation, and your healing is your greatest act of spiritual rebellion. Be well and walk forward in freedom.